Joe Davis with Grayson Guitars, and today we're at Peaceful Valley Cabinetry and Interior Premiers in Robinson, Illinois. And we partnered with them in order to help build Mr. Damon Mitchell. Damon, if you don't mind coming over here real quick. We're working on building Damon a Signature Series guitar, and this is actually prototype 1. But it is right-handed, so we have to have a left-handed model for Mr. Damon, and this is prototype number 2, where we're actually producing the number, in the left-handed, body. So I'm curious, you've never had your own Signature Series guitar.
That's right.
What makes you excited about getting this?
Well, it's kind of a dream come true for any guitar player to have a signature guitar, not only with their name on it, but to have the specifications that they have wanted and have come to love in whatever guitars they've played over their tenure of being a guitar player. And you have essentially been my guitar tech for the past several years, so you know all of my guitars. You've set up the majority of the guitars that I own, worked on them, you know where I touch them, where I hold them, how I play them, and what it is that I'm looking for out of it tonally and out of the playability of the guitar.
Yeah, I'm convinced that we can go to something that's heirloom grade level quality, professional, something that Damon will be able to take on the road at night in, night out, be able to pull it out of his case and rock and roll. While I can handle the setups, the wiring, the electronics, there are some things that I needed to outsource. And we got Truman. Truman, come on in. So this is Truman, and he works with Peaceful Valley Cabinetry and Interior Premiers. And we've been out here picking up some stuff for the warehouse. And I happened to see Truman had some cabinets up there painted and a finish that was pretty close to this. And a buddy of mine that also happens to work here thankfully walked me sort of through the warehouse, and I got an idea really quick that there was a partnership to be had here. So Truman, we gave you an almost impossible task. Your understanding of guitars is probably minimal, is that right? Yeah. Yes. But his ability to build cabinets is second to none. And we're blessed to have them here in Crawford County. And so basically what I did a couple weeks ago, we dropped off with Truman, prototype number 1 in a very rough raw body. And we said, I need you to replicate this prototype in a finish. And boy, he came really close. And we're getting there today. So basically what we're doing is getting with Damon. We were going to look over where he actually holds the guitar, where the wear is going to be. Drew, do you mind talking about a little bit of what you've done here? Because that's really impressive when you take into consideration, for a gentleman that's built cabinetry, beautiful cabinets. So we're going to give you a show, of this actual facility here. But the fact that he was able to replicate that with very little information is just so impressive. So if you don't mind, tell me a little bit about what you've done here.
So the sunburst pattern is, actually I took 3 different tinted clear finishes. Yep. And kind of faded. I started with the yellow background and then faded a red and a black on the edge. And then there's 2 paint colors. Actually, well, the areas that don't have paint,
I mean, I'm counting at least 6 colors here. At least,
well, 5 colors plus a clear.
Clear coat, yeah. So what he's talking about is there's this amber color that's in there. And this was Truman's first attempt at a sunburst, right?
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
I've never done it.
Considering it was a 5-minute explanation of like, hey, you missed the outer edges, the center's a little warmer than the outside. I was really impressed with this. But essentially, he's got the lighter finish, a red finish, and then a dark finish.
Yeah.
Then on top of it, he's done the 2 different colors here in order to match it, and he's color matched them quite well. I would say for someone that sort of went into it blind and attempting to replicate this, second to none. And the idea is now we have to do this to that. Is there anything that you see that is going to be a challenge with this body that you make?
Probably the biggest thing that I need to overcome yet is, you can see the foggy edges here. I need to get rid of all of the paint residue dust
before it's clear.
that hangs up in the scratches when you're sanding off the paint. So I have to figure out how to get rid of that so that you have a nice clean.
Yeah. There's some areas that I'm really impressed. Curio, if you don't mind pushing in here, but like where he's worn through, you can see the real finishes here. And if you look, there's actually two different tones of green here. And he's got that softer red and then his dark color. And then you had mentioned that you had put basically something on, like some type of finish or something.
It's clay is what it is, but it's not the proper way to use it.
Yeah.
I just put it there as an adhesion barrier.
Yeah.
So the paint
I thought it was smart. Yeah. It's really smart. It's in creative way of essentially what he did is where he didn't want paint to go, he basically put this down in an effort to be able to spray the body, and then he wiped that back off, and it left the bare areas that he wanted. That's so creative. You're a creative person, Truman. I love it. And I see you also sort of around the body a little bit too, just to see the mix and stuff. If you look real close, you can see where he's attempting to even, and I've been doing this 15 years. I mean, that's really good. I'm proud of you, Truman. That's what I'm saying. I'm proud of you.
I've messed with similar stuff before, so I kind of had, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I had things turning in the line. I did say it off when we were looking for it, but I kind of had a rough idea before you left.
I could totally tell when we talked, like the whole time I'm giving him an explanation, the wheels were turning. Like he's already like doing the process in his head and still trying to carry on a conversation. Because in his mind, I could tell you were already 3 or 4 steps ahead of me. Like, well, I could do this. I could try this. I could do this. Yeah. I think this might work, and we'll have to pull out this stuff. So essentially, this is just phase 1. We're going to leave this body with Truman. We're going to allow him to attempt the sunburst on it. And then we'll put the extra finish. And then the idea is once the body is done, then it'll come back to our warehouse where we'll build it for you guys and get to show it. And then ideally give it to Damon so he can start gigging it, playing it, and enjoying it. Truman, if you don't mind, we'd love to come back out and visit with you again once the body's sort of finished and sort of talk a little bit more about it. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was actually hoping to have something done on, maybe the starburst before you got here, but I think it didn't happen.
No, I think ideally where you had it was fine. I was concerned about if we taped off the guitar in order to mark off some areas, but it was really, other than one notice that area that Truman and I both picked up on, where Damon tends to hold his guitar in a different spot than what's actually on the prototype. And we both sort of made a mental note of that. So we'll adjust it from here to closer to the pick guard. But to be honest, like this is all right. Like that's, it's right on. I'm excited for Damon's first show with it. All right. I guess the only thing left to do is get it built.